All right. Lambo's World of Sports featuring the Big Buddy featuring Solid Sports Network. All right. This is Monday Night Football. We are talking about the 49ers versus the Vikings. All right. Brock Purdy will play good again. Now, I said Brock Purdy is not an elite quarterback. He has a long way to go to be an elite quarterback. All right. He's not Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Pat Mahomes. He's not in the elite quarterback conversation yet. He's playing good enough for his team to win. Now, we all have some struggles. Now, Deebo Samuel and Christian McCaffrey are questionable for Monday's game. Deebo with that shoulder injury, and Christian McCaffrey has I can't pronounce the injury. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm not going to say it. But they're both questionable for Monday's game. I need Deebo to play because my fantasy numbers, I'm barely winning with Deebo Samuel only scoring 1 point in my fantasy, and he gets hurt. I had to use other players to beat my guys. So, that case. The Vikings, new defensive coordinator Brian Flores, who helped us win the Super Bowl in 2018 as me being a Patriots fan. That's great. He was a former head coach for the Dolphins. He was assistant for the Steelers last year, and now he's with the Vikings. Their defense is beyond bad. They used to have Patrick Peterson. I think he's now with the Steelers. So they don't have an elite corner no more. They still have Harrison Smith, I guess, and that's about it. Suddenly,
Daniil Hunter on the D line is good as well.
Hunter. I forgot. Hunter on the D line is great, but the Vikings are very suspect. Now I'm taking the 49ers to win this game. I understand this game is on the road, but I don't see the 49ers losing 2 straight games. I think their run game will be better. Now, if CMC doesn't, play or not, they still have another running back. And Brock Purdy, he still has Ayuk, he still has Jennings, he still has George Kittle. So I think the 49ers will bounce back. They have to play a clean game. They have to not have so many penalties. They had 12 penalties against the Cleveland Browns this last week. So if they play clean football, they'll be fine. There's not really much to say. The Vikings suck. This could be Kirk Cousins last year in Minnesota. And if I'm the GM, I would do that. So I can say Kevin O'Connell's job. I think Kevin O'Connell is a great coach. I mean, look what he did last year. I think he's a great coach. I just don't think Kirk Cousins needs to be there long term. And they're going through another rebuild because, like I said, Minnesota is sitting at 2-4. And I'm out sold on the Vikings. They need to get rid of Kirk Cousins. And when you don't have a Justin Jefferson for the next 4 weeks out of IR, it kind of hurts them bad. So I'm taking the 49ers to win this game.
Yeah, I'm taking them as well. And my final score is very much depending on who is playing. So I'm not going to just throw one out there. But I'm with you. I don't think there's too much to talk about really with this game. And even if CMC and Deebo don't play, I think I still take the Niners. I just don't think that they drop 2 in a row, and especially not without JJ. You look at the Vikings, their last game, first game without JJ, they tried to go with the run a little bit more than they used to or have been this year. And Alexander Madison ran the ball 18 times for 44 yards. So just over 2 a carry. It's not good. His longest run of the day was 8 yards. They gave the ball to Cam Akers once. And Kirk threw for under 200 yards. So it's not, and this is against the Bears defense, which, one of the worst in the league as well. So it doesn't, give me any encouragement going into this game. On the other hand, their defense did hold up in the run a little bit. They didn't really do a good job stopping Justin Fields, I didn't think. But Deonta Foreman, who just last year was doing great things with the Panthers, so we can't just write him off as a scrub. He was the leading rusher on that Panthers team last year because he earned it. He was good. He had an okay day, 15 carries for 65 yards. And, the Bears obviously didn't have Khalil Herbert, but I feel like they still had other weapons, including DJ Moore, that were locked down. So it's a little bit of a bright thing looking at the Vikings, but then you put into the context that they were playing the damn Bears. doesn't make you any more encouraged than you were going into it. I didn't really have to do that, but I just wanted to shit on the Vikings a little bit there. And then you go to the Niners side. Obviously, Brock had the worst game of his career last week, first loss of his regular season career. So I can't imagine Shanahan has them going into this game, not prepared and not with it just completely bulletin board material about the shit that people are saying about Brock. And then you look at the running back room. If CMC doesn't play, they have Mason back there, who is averaging almost 6 yards a carry in the 1 or 2 games, I guess, that he's gotten action, and a touchdown. 2 touchdowns, actually, excuse me. So I'm rolling with the Niners. I'm rolling with the Niners if CMC plays. I'm rolling with them if he doesn't play. I think it's just they're too good of a football team in all 3 phases for, I don't see Moody just taking last week's missed kick and being shit the rest of the year. He had been a great kicker all year up until that game. It was rainy, windy, not to make excuses for him, because that is your job, is to make the kick. I understand that. But I think that he turns it around after a bad week. He's a rookie, so it's literally only up for him, I think. And then you also have George Kittle, too. So if Deebo doesn't play, Brandon Ayuk, who is their leading receiver right now, and George Kittle, and Juwan Jennings, and Juszczyk, and they're just too loaded. I've got the Niners here. And it could be close. I don't want to say that it's not close, but the way I see it is the Niners imposing their will on the Vikings defense. I don't see it being pretty.
Well, I do agree with that. The Vikings, I'm not sure. They'll fight, but I'm not sure how they're going to win this game unless the 49ers just give it to them, which I don't think that would be the scenario at all. But we'll figure it out on Monday night. Now, final episode of the night, we'll talk all Week 7 games that will come on Sunday. Of course, my Bills and Patriots, I think I'm a little bit more confident on the defensive side, but the Mac Jones situation, I will talk heavily on that later. Trade deadlines. We are 11 days away from the trade deadline. What trades could possibly be going on? And is Saquon Barkley going to get traded from the Giants? Now, I know he said he doesn't want to get traded, but you paid your quarterback first before you paid him. So I just don't know what's going on in New York. And you know how New Yorkers, they're passionate, but when it comes to the GMs, they're good at lying. So there's something going on within that organization that Saquon, I understand he's trying to be a human being and being professional and says he doesn't want to get traded. But I know damn well he want to get traded. You paid your quarterback first, you didn't pay him. So there's something going on with that. I have thoughts on that the next 5 minutes. Week 7 preview, and who's going to possibly get traded before the trade deadline on Halloween. So that's the next 5 minutes. We'll catch you later. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Who think going to win this game and what's your predictions going forward. Thank you, Silas Sports, for giving me this platform. So does him. We'll catch you later next 5 minutes. Adios.